Hello everyone, I'll just walk and talk for a little bit. We are back in the COVID-19 lockdown here in Melbourne. So the Melbourne City Metropolitan has gone back to what we call stage 3 restrictions, so you can only leave your house to exercise, me today, to buy food and essentials, to care for someone who is sick, and there was one more. Anyway, brain fuzz from the run maybe. But yeah, but essentially it's pretty much work from home these days and social distancing. So I'll just pan around. I think I'm social distancing today quite well, as you can see. So no one around. So I'll talk about where I am shortly. Some of you might have seen in one of my earlier running videos and may recognise where I am at this point. It's not quite where I ran, it's just where I thought I'd walk to do this. Yeah, so COVID, big topic. But regardless of that, working from home, one thing I want to talk about today is performance testing in VC. So I don't know if you do it or not. I don't know if you know there are tools available just for VC on performance testing or not. So I recommend a couple of things. So Transaction ST13 is your starting point, and you'll see an option in the drop downs for VAR-Conf, which gives you a set of tools to analyze performance. If you want to know how to use it, search for that transaction on OSS if you've got access to that, and SAP provide a note that helps explain it. If you want some more hands-on knowledge, then there is a good presentation available on the CWG that was done at the recent virtual conference. So I recommend you perhaps dig that out as well, because it gives you insight not only into performance, but some modelling techniques that may be hampering your performance. So it's worth a look. Okay, next thing is configurable opinions with Steve Snyder. So I've been trying to get our latest video on the VC Golden Client done, so while I'm out on this run it's actually rendering, so it will be ready for upload later today. So yep, so the topic, the VC Golden Client, we discussed that. Before we did the discussion, we hadn't really talked much about the concept of golden clients between ourselves. So it was interesting. We actually had a couple of different approaches, and so I think the discussion is quite interesting. It may not give you all the answers, but it will give you quite a few things to think about for your particular circumstances. So I'll post a link to that so you can have a look at that topic, so that's good. Because it has been a busy week, I have started on my next lesson on trigonometry in VC. Sorry, I might be staring into the sun. And so that should be ready, I hope, over the weekend, and we'll finish that off. So this time I am looking at calculating the angle of a cone, so the angle of the sides, and how SAP helps us do that with some inbuilt sort of functions for that, and also the quirks of that. So it might be useful for some of your models where you're needing to calculate angles or calculate the length of sides of triangles or something like that. So I think it's worth a look. Today's run, I'll just cover that off briefly. So like I say, we've been doing like a COVID lockdown, and so I'm sort of restricting how far I travel to go do one of these runs. And so today is pretty local, so it's quite close to home. So what I've done is hooked together 3 places I've been to for runs, but just combine them into one long one, and so it takes us from Overport Park, which has got tennis courts, it's got theatre company, it's got an arts community group, it's got sports fields, it's got a whole bunch of stuff, so it's a local community reserve, if you like, for that. And then I run through that. Basically you'll see some Aussie rules football field and things like that, and then I hook through down some roads and then into this reserve I'm currently in. And in the run I don't run to this point, but I thought it was a nice point to do the video from. But we skirt around the edge basically, and then we hook into another small reserve and run a couple of streets here and there and do that. So it works out about 5 kilometres, which is a good run length, except I've got to go run back to my car now. But yeah, so that's where we are. So it's really hooking together a few. So like I say, I've got a run where I did the run around this reservoir, which you can see over here, hopefully, and so that's where that is. But check out the other runs. Looking at doing probably a map that shows where they all are and just in one big graphic. But anyway, talk too much again. Wherever you are, be safe, be kind. And I hope you have a good weekend and a good coming week. So thank you very much again for listening to this and watching this. If you don't like what I talk about, just watch the video. Okay, thank you. See ya.